In this demonstration, you're going to learn how to use highlighted rows in ArcGIS Pro. First thing I'm going to do is to create a selection set, and I'm just going to use the Select by Rectangle tool to create a selection set on the delinquent parcels layer. So I'll just drag a rectangle, and what we'll do here is we will create a selection set. You'll notice, and I already have the table view open, so for delinquent parcels I now have 24 records selected. At this point, I'm going to click on the button here at the bottom that allows me to show only the selected records. I also have extent filtering disabled right now. Right? So if I turn extent filtering on, of course that will display only the records that are currently visible in the spatial or the map extent. All right, so at this point, now I have a selection set. You'll notice that on my list of my toolbar that's part of the table view, I have a set of buttons and tools under the highlighted section. Only one of these is active at this point. And so what I really need to do initially is to create a set of highlighted rows. And the way that you create highlighted rows is to click in the gutter area of the table view. And this is the gutter area over here, this kind of grayish type color. That's your gutter area. If you click once, what it'll do is add one record to the highlighted rows. You can see that here and here. If you hold your shift key down and click the gutter again for another record, it will add another record. Now you can also hold your mouse key down, your left mouse key, and drag. You notice how I'm kind of dragging through this. And that can be used to very quickly add records to the highlighted rows. So at this point I have several highlighted rows. You'll notice that they are displayed in yellow, both in the table and in the map. So they have a different symbology, right? And so you can kind of think of highlighted rows as almost like a nested selection set or a selection set within a selection set. That's the easiest way to kind of think about these. Now at this point, since I've got some highlighted rows, my buttons and tools have become active in the highlighted section. Right? The first tool that we'll look at very simply will zoom to the highlighted records. So if I click on that, that will zoom to the highlighted records. Zoom back out. The next tool that we'll look at is the Unselect highlighted. What this will do is remove the highlighted rows from the current selection set. So right now I have 22 records selected. And I also have a set of highlighted rows as well. If I make this a little bit larger, you can see that I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 highlighted records. So what it's going to do is it's going to take those 8 highlighted records and remove them from the selection set. So if I click on that, shrink that down a little bit. If I click on that, then those records you'll notice that they've been removed from the selection set. Now I only have 13 records from the selection set. And it also removed the highlight as well. So if I want to do some additional highlighting operations, then I need to create another set of highlighted rows. So I've created another selection of highlighted rows to illustrate the other tools here. Reselect highlighted, what this will do is it'll update the current selection set to the highlighted rows only. So right now I have 13 selected records. You can see that in the table and you can see it in the map view. If I click this button, what it's going to do is it's going to create a new selection set so that only the highlighted rows are now selected. So you'll notice that these rows become selected, the others become deselected. Right, so now I've got a new selection set that was originally only the highlighted rows. Now at this point I'm going to create a new selection set just so I can kind of illustrate some of the other concepts here. I'll create my highlighted rows. All right, so now I've got a new selection set, new highlighted rows. We've already looked at zooming to highlighted rows. Next tool we'll look at is switch highlighted. And what switch highlighted will do is it will take any records that are currently selected but not highlighted and turn those into highlighted rows. And it will take your highlighted rows and basically deselect those. Or not deselect, I'm sorry, but add to the selection set. So you can see that it basically just switched the operation there. Of course, you can switch back if you need to. You can switch back and forth. The next button is clear highlighted. And so what this will do is it will deselect all the currently highlighted rows. Let's see how that works. All right, so that deselected your highlighted rows. I still have my selection set though. And then the last tool is delete. Right? So this would essentially delete perform a delete operation of any highlighted rows, you'll see they disappear. Keep in mind you do have the ability to redo any changes that you made as well. So those are, even though you deleted it, it's not permanent until you actually do a save on the underlying data set. All right, that's it for this demonstration. Hope you've enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time.